Hi everyone, I'm Pabs, a rising VTuber and an artist. And today I am still wearing this shirt. It's probably going to be the last time I get to wear it in its context, which is playing Valhalla. I still remember making this thing on stream just so I could have an extra little accessory because I thought it would be funny. Anyway, today we're going to be making some fan art for Valhalla. Now, I actually really like this game. I enjoyed my time with it. It was a lot of fun to voice the characters and everything. And I'm looking forward to making fan art of it because I think I have a fairly cool idea for what I want to do with it. So without much further ado, let's head on into the working screen, and I'll see you all there. Whee! Okay. Yeah, there we go. Wait, hang on. Am I gonna get? I'm probably not gonna get in trouble with Twitch for having this. I've had it a couple other times before, you know, on my shirt. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I don't think. Pretty sure. Anyway, let's see. Hang on, I'm just organizing some windows over here. Okay, so I think first step would probably be to first step would be to turn on my background music. There we go. Actually, I wonder if I can play like the Valhalla theme. Hi, Pabs. Can't stay long, but I hope you have a wonderful day and that you have a wonderful thing. Aw, thanks, and thanks, Blue Icarus. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I hope you have a good day too. Good luck with your tasks and projects. I do wonder though if I can play the Valhalla music. I know V uses it for her stream sometimes. Maybe some other time though. Yeah, I guess some other time. I'm not gonna risk getting mad copyright strikes. I know the music is like technically DMCA free. I know that the Valhalla OST is DMCA free. Yeah, Garode, I think their name is. Make sure of that, which is, you know, nice of them. I appreciate that. It's always cool when you can use something from something you love in your stream. I really like Valhalla's OST. I'm definitely gonna get it at some point, but maybe not today. Again. There we go. Do not save. Okay, I think we have Alma in there already. Joe with a G, my man. Honestly, these are some very pretty pixel art portraits. I feel like you can tell that the artist has a little bit more experience drawing women than men, though. Yeah, I think out of all of them, probably Dorothy's is my favorite. Like, the colors on it are just so clean. It's got some very cool colors. Yeah, Alma's is probably a close second. Let's see. There we go. These might be a little too big, but I'm just trying to make sure that I can grab onto them if need be. Okay, get rid of that. And there's Anna. Anna... I ended up having kind of a love-hate relationship with Anna. On the one hand, she freaks me out personally, but on the other hand, she is also very funny. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll stuff these all into a reference layer folder. Into a reference folder. There we go. And probably just get rid of them for the time being. Now what I do want though is a female figure here. Okay, I'm gonna say that Jill is probably like 155 centimeters. She commented that she was like shorter than she wanted to be. And let's see, probably like on the, hang on, there we go. I think that's probably about right. I feel like that's about right for Jill. Okay, now I remember that I did have some poses where the dude looked like people look like they've been fallen over, but I don't know if I have those. No, I probably don't have those in here still. I'd probably have those in my 3D folder. Hang on. Pose. Yeah, entire body. DL, here we go. Yeah, I remember I had poses where like they were just like tripping ass over tea kettle. I feel like I had those at least. I don't remember if they're still here. They might not be. I might have to re-download those real quick. Yeah, these are all idle poses. Listen. Listen, Jill's a lovely woman, but this time I cannot brook that. Hang on, entire pot. Hang on, where? I do wonder if there are like, maybe they're in here and I just forgot to separate them as well. That might also be the case. Yeah, probably not. Okay, I need to re-download them then. But yeah, Valhalla is a very interesting game. Let's see if I can dig up something to talk about. Oh yeah. I recently learned that Spotify has been having a bit of a rough year, apparently. In terms of like sales and such. Well, they don't really sell stuff, they have a subscriber base. Hang on. Location of materials, download additional materials now. I think that might be it. Okay, but yeah, apparently Spotify has been having like some kind of weird background project, which is called like the car thing. I kid you not, it is literally a device. I imagine it's like a kind of mini speaker for your car or something, right? And it's called like the car thing. I don't know if that's just like the project name. Like, you know how like the GameCube was originally called like Project Dolphin or something? It's kind of like that. Well, apparently this one is called the car thing. But I gotta say, if that's kind of like what they're going with, that kind of sucks. That's like real bad. Oh, here we go. Stumbling. Here we go. Alright, how do I put my mitts on that? Anyway, but yeah, I will say though that like over time I feel like the way like project names and kind of quote unquote innovative names have always been a little bit stupid, but I feel like over time they've gotten to be a very specific brand of stupid. Like the specific type of stupidity changes over season. So for example, like, you know, it used to be like Project Dolphin, Project Echo, whatever, you know, it used to be just Project such and such. That was personally to me, that seems fine. You know, that's serviceable. That's not really like offensive in any way. But then they started kind of like getting to the 2010s, and now they started calling them like, oh yeah, you know, we'll just call it like a regular normal thing, but now we'll just remove one letter from it, like Tumblr, for example. Tumblr is the website Tumblr, which is surprisingly enough still around. Oh look, there's the post that I wanted. Again, I gotta figure out where I can kind of consolidate them. They should all be kind of in a group, I imagine. No? What's with this fucking Spider-Man pose? I'm gonna get ya! I'm gonna get ya! Yeah, no. Okay, hang on. But yeah, they started like removing letters and then calling that, you know, that's like our project name. But then Tumblr is gonna outlast everything except Twitter. Hey, listen, I know this. I have a Tumblr. Like, I'm at ground zero of this fucking elephant's foot of a website. I understand this, like, personally. However, you have to admit that Tumblr, like, the point I'm trying to make is that Tumblr is from that era where to make a marketable product, all you needed to have was like a word, and then, you know, remove a single letter, and, you know, that became trendy. Also, this pose looks good. I think this is kind of like what I was looking for. Anyway, and then the game kind of changed once again, kind of in this time and place, where now also hi, it's Rosa. Thank you for stopping by. Anyway, now the game has evolved yet again, and now it's not enough that you need to have like, you know, maybe even like removing letters and such. But now you also need a... Now it's just like, I feel like now it's just particularly stupid is the thing, because like, for example, the Nothing Phone, or like the Boring Company, or, you know, in this case, what I was talking about originally, Spotify's The Car Thing. These are not names for products or anything. These kind of suck. Like, this is nothing. This is less than nothing. Like calling it The Car Thing. Oh, it's a this thing. It's that thing. Like I feel like somehow they've managed to condense it into the stupidest possible naming convention possible. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's good. Maybe it's like a good thing. Like, maybe it's like a banging product, but I cannot for the life of me imagine going out to the store, going to the fucking Radio Shack that might still exist in the year of our Lord 2022 and asking, hey, yeah, can I buy a car thing? Alright, the car thing is not a product name, that is a fucking McElroy's brother bit. Okay. I got surprisingly heated about that. I don't actually care that. I promise I don't care that much, but like, I got surprisingly mad at that. Okay. Anyway, now I need to like find a good angle for this. Insert generic name here. We are literally 2 or 3 marketing teams. You know, you have the... It was a good vent, you needed to get that out. Yeah, you know, exercise the demons. Yeah. I've seen what business degrees do to people, and it's not pretty. Like, I'm extremely fortunate that my wheelhouse is just accounting, because that has, like, minimal exposure to marketing bullshit. Anyway, hang on. Okay, so that's not what I wanted, but that's also very funny. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, and I'm probably going to move this hand a little bit closer to around here. Okay, then... I don't want to chop off the other foot here, is the thing. Can I, like, move this more towards the center? Yeah, I need to zoom it in more, too. Because, like, the idea here is that Jill's kind of, like, chasing after this kind of, one of those, like, mixing tumblers that they have at bars. I don't know what they're called, actually. Like, I've seen it called, like, several different things. You know, martini shakers, friggin'... I don't know. Martini shakers is the main one that I can think of, because, you know, you always think of them as, like, mixing up a cocktail or something in there, or, like, cocktail shakers. Jill with a J, not to be confused with Jill with a G. Yeah, no, we have both of them. Yeah, you can tell which one's which because I gave one of them the Australian accent. Fun fact: it's not the one that voices most of the game, or you know, voices, narrates. I suppose would be the better word, the better term. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I need this one here and this one. This one? Oh, this one here. All right. Out of the kiddie pool, you two. I have need of your services. Okay. Hang on. Let me just like tone down the opacity of this. Actually, I'm gonna like I'm gonna make the layer invisible. Period. Because I feel like if I have it like that, it feels like they're looking after me from the afterlife, which would be weird because they weren't alive to begin with. It's one thing to be haunted by a ghost, it's another thing to be haunted by something that was never alive to begin with. Oh yeah, I guess I need Jill's portrait as well. Hang on, where are you? There she is. Jill with a J, not Jill with a G. Okay, anyway, there we go. Oh, I wonder if like, okay, so this looks... I thought this would be like a like a vest or something. It might be, actually. It's like... It might be like one of those futuristic kind of aprons. It looks like an apron. That looks like a little bit like an apron, but it's... I want to believe so badly that it's like some kind of fancy bartender vest. You know, on the other hand, though, we're not even going to be able to look at it much from this angle. It's mostly going to be the back, and that's probably just going to be a solid a solid kind of strip of, what do you call, fabric? Yeah, that's fabric. That's the word I was looking for, fabric. Okay. Yeah. Also, I'm going to try out drawing with a... Oh no, the pen does not seem to be working. Alright, hang on. Gotta restart this real quick. Alright. Sometimes when I start up CSP and don't have my pen tablet plugged in, I have to restart CSP before it kind of registers my pen strokes. And then, you know, even if I have it open, you know, even if I have the tablet connected and still open CSP, sometimes it still doesn't. Sometimes it decides that it's just done for the day. Unfortunately, much like myself, life is unending, and that might be worse. No, it's nice that life is unending. Yeah. I don't know where I first heard that phrase. What's worse, that like death is inevitable or that life is unending? The first time I heard that, I went out loud. You could lighten up a little bit. God. Let's see. You know, it has its ups and downs, so but it's definitely not all bad. You know, in lighter news, I learned that apparently in the UK, and this is possibly the funniest thing I've read all week. Apparently in the UK, there was this drunk driver, right? He exited his car after this very angry chef started chasing after him. And, you know, that would have been funny enough on its own. You know, friggin' this drunk driver tries to pick a fight with a chef and immediately starts losing so badly that he actually has to get out of his car. That would be funny enough on its own. But apparently, from what I read, this drunk driver ran into an animal sanctuary to escape the drunken chef. And in the animal sanctuary, the guy got pecked real badly by an emu. So, you know, first of all, definitely from bad to worse for that poor bastard. Like, imagine you escape nature's apex predator, the line cook, only to run into nature's other apex predator, the emu. I don't know how deadly emus are. I know they technically won the emu war. I know they have a pretty good track record against Australians, but that was less so the emus trying to fight, more so as it was just the Australians trying and failing to shoot a bunch of emus. So, you know, I don't think we saw the full unshackled 100% Super Saiyan 3 potential of the emus in that instance. Although, surely it'll be a terrible thing to behold. Okay, hang on. Where would her gaze be going? It would be around here, right? This is where the cup would be. Yeah, I don't know. All emus and cassowaries are kind of in that class of bird where you can just, if you hang out enough with them, you can very easily see how dinosaurs turned into birds. You know what I mean? It's like it's big. It's potentially extremely angry. It screams at you. You feel a little bit threatened for your life whenever you're close to one. Humanity extinguished by a damn giraffe chicken hybrid. Yeah, I remember reading something about giraffes as well. Anyway, but yeah, no. Giraffe chicken hybrid. That's a pretty good way of putting it. At least not humanity, though, just the Australians. To be honest, it's probably, given the sheer number of deadly things in Australia, it's kind of surprising that the birds are the ones that did them in. I do know there are, like, straight up toxic birds. I know that that's a thing that happens. I know there are some birds who have, like, feathers that secrete this special oil that is not venomous, but, like, irritant. You know, it's not pleasant to have on your skin. I know there are some birds who have that as a defense mechanism. Which is also very weird. Like, imagine if, like, if enough of your ancestors felt threatened that you eventually just started sweating cyanide. Pabba, Lofi, how you doing? I don't like our pet names. Or actually, no, Pabba is nice. I feel like we need to workshop Lofi, though. You know. I don't know. What would you like your pet name to be, if any? I'll just call you Leo if nothing, but like... Listening to chill beats to study to. Hey, she got out of prison? That's great! Yeah, apparently some hater on YouTube... I remember reading that a little bit ago, that some hater on YouTube friggin' took down the Lo-Fi Beats to Chill and Study to girl channel for a little bit. She came back with a vengeance, but I know that, like, for a little while she was gone from this planet Earth. Okay, so her hairstyle is surprisingly neat. Also, I don't care, I'm fine with whatever nickname. Yeah, alright, cool. I feel like I need to make this eye a little bigger. Are they crawling? No, she's just chasing after something that fell on the ground. Yeah, this is for that game that I was playing a little while back, Ballad. Okay, so the hair is gonna sweep kind of to the side here. I'm gonna add a couple of like stray hair things. Stray strands. I feel like you could make one of those, what do you call it, tongue twisters out of that. Strangling stray hair strands. I don't know. That one, that was weak. Flyaways. Yeah. Honestly, as far as superpowers go, being capable of flight, I feel like... Damn, you're struggling. A little bit. It's been a long day at work. Anyway, I feel that as far as superpowers go, being able to fly... I feel like, given the kind of current, you know, quote-unquote controversy of celebrities getting exposed for flying their private jets for like 17 minutes or for like a 5-minute trip out to the nearest CVS or some shit, I feel like being capable of flight right now would be like the #1 anti-controversy power. You know? Oh yeah, we stand our environmentally conscious king who achieved the power of levitation by, I don't know, getting exposed to the demon core when he was but a wee lad. There are so many laws regarding flight, though. Yeah, but those apply to airplanes, not humans. You know, if a pilot, you know, I feel like a Boeing 747 and a human being should have slightly different rules in terms of respecting each other's airspace. Not to mention, there is just straight up the incentive of not, like, getting sucked into a jet intake. US almost broke down because of personal drones. Oh yeah, that's true though. I think of her eyebrows. Not very. I'll just add a couple of extra lines here. Man, remember when drones used to be like a very new thing, and now friggin' Amazon is now just trying to make drone delivery bots? I remember reading that the specs for them a while back. Like, it's like 5 pounds, 50 miles per hour, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I feel like we should have stopped when drones had cameras. I feel like that was a great stopping point. I feel like that was about as evil as the technology should be allowed to get from a moral standpoint. Okay, then huge freaking side locks here. Side locks enormous. I don't know, would they kind of like... Yeah, I think they kind of go like this a little bit. Now, we can go further into the abyss that is moral bankruptcy and bad decision making. Listen, I'm already playing friggin' Shadowrun bingo for every year that I live on this earth. We are like a couple of bad days away from getting extraterritoriality as a real world thing. If you count places like Celebration, Florida, we're already there technically. You know, company towns essentially, or company countries, I guess would be the kind of appropriate superlative for the kind of nightmare scenario that I'm imagining in my head. Yeah, Celebration, Florida, though. I wonder if that's still open. If you've never heard about Celebration, Florida, it's this essentially like Disney. I want to call it town. I'm not super clear on the details of it, but I understand that essentially it's like Disney owns this one specific town, and I don't think they're like sovereign. You know, I don't think they're like corporate sovereign overlords, but they're definitely like, at least not on paper, you know. Okay, and then kind of like that. No, probably like that more. Yeah, okay, kind of like that, I think. But yeah, no, it's not a great scene in terms of like, we are not beating the cyberpunk timeline allegations in our timeline. I really want to explore this topic a bit more, but this isn't really the time or place. Yeah, no, I get bogged down on a lot of stuff, you know, in terms of conversation stuff. Wait, what was it? Redrop vector line. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Anyway, yeah, no, it's probably not the right time to go on like a small Wikipedia rabbit hole. Okay, and then that's gonna kind of... like that. There we go. Oops. There we go. And there you go. Oh yeah, by the way, I probably should mention this fairly early on. I'm gonna probably be making this art into 2 different streams. I've realized that when I try to do an one of these like fan art pieces, I usually end up taking way too much time, and it ends up being like 4 or so hours. And while that's fine, like I have the stamina for that and everything, I also have work tomorrow morning, and it's not great in terms of that. So I'm gonna try to break these up into like 2-parter streams. So I'll probably finish the line art today, or you know, most of the line art today, and then do a majority of the coloring tomorrow. That's how I'm gonna plan to try and handle them from now on. Yeah. It's also good because it just gives me more time to pay attention, you know? I feel like after past a certain point, I stop sweating the details and, you know, it doesn't achieve the full potential. You know, this isn't just a service to myself, it's also a service to the actual art that I'm making. You know, you can only get so much done in 3 hours, no matter how big your art abs may be. I love saying, like, I love substituting the word, like, skill for abs. You know, instead of saying you're smart, you can say you have brain abs. You know, that kind of thing. It's a fun kind of replacement, and it still gets a point across. So it's not a bad communication either. You know, some would argue that it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and rule with the side of I think it's funny. You know. Everything can be forgiven if it's pretty funny. Anyway, redraw vector line width. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to be more careful about the vector lines as well. That's another thing. I have excellent blacksmithing abs. Checks out. Oh, nice. You make swords? Or, you know, blacksmithing. Yeah, blacksmithing isn't just making swords, but in my excitement, I often forget this. JRPG brain disease, you know how it is. I have although to be fair, I think, like, I imagine that blacksmithing actually does give you pretty good abs on account of the way that you swing down a hammer. You know, like, a lot of ab exercises focus on twisting the abs, but there are also ones that focus on just contraction of the abs. You know, if you've ever seen a dude just beat on a giant hammer, beating on a tire truck or something with a sledgehammer, that's also an ab exercise. Well, that's a lot of different muscle groups. It's just kind of a very all-rounder one. It's what you'd call a strongman exercise, I believe. So, yeah, I've always wanted to try that out. You know, I've always wanted to try exercising by beating a truck tire with a sledgehammer. I feel like it would maybe not end super well, but I feel like it would be worth it. Or, you know, there was also another one where you throw a medicine ball at a trampoline. That one made sense because it is a skill and pretty physical. That's true. But yeah, I know there's also like a trampoline one where you're supposed to, like, bounce the ball against a medicine ball against it and then catch it. I know there's also ones where you just don't even let go of the medicine ball, called, like, axe choppers or something like that. I remember reading Tomorrow's Joe or Ashita no Joe one time, and I remember that the guy who was trying to coach him instructed a bunch of dudes from the prison to, you know, kind of make their abs harder by essentially throwing pumpkins at each other, you know, at their stomachs. I'm pretty sure that advice is outdated. The thing is, right, I think there is definitely ways to condition your abs and your innards to take a hit, but I can't imagine that that comes from active physical trauma like that. All right, simplify vector line. Here we go. Smooth corner. Here we go. Adjust line width. All right, I think I need to, like, redraw a vector line. Oops, no, I mean line width. And maybe simplify it some more. That might be too simple. Here we go. I mean, breaking bones makes them stronger. Surely works the same with muscle. Muscle, maybe. No, definitely with muscle. Like, the whole concept of getting stronger, right, is that you're, you know, the whole concept of getting stronger is that you're creating microscopic tears in your muscles that heal back stronger. That's how you make muscle. You know, you get tiny tears in your muscle structure, and they come back with more fibers, and that's how you get bigger. You know, you get biceps by essentially tearing apart the muscle fibers that are there. So your body goes like, ah, got it, chief. I'll just make more fibers so that they don't tear so easily next time. And that's how you get stronger. That's how you increase your weight limit. That's how that's how exercise works. However, innards, your intestines, your viscera, everything on the inside like that, I'm not so sure. I don't imagine it works the same way. It might, but I feel like it probably doesn't. Yeah. I imagine that like the dude is probably onto something, for a lot of these outdated techniques, a lot of these outdated like sports training techniques, the reason that they are outdated is probably because there is a way to do the same thing they accomplish, but more safely with less effort and usually more efficiently. Less effort and more efficiently are not the same thing, by the way. So I imagine there must be like another way to condition your viscera without I imagine it comes from sparring as well, but I haven't read up enough on that subject. I've been very interested though. I know a lot of martial artists deaden their nerves to some extent. I know, for example, with iron shirt training, easy black magics. I mean, listen, if you find a wizard that figures out how to make you a better martial artist, hit me up immediately. Like, give me their number immediately. Oops, that is too simple. Anyway. So, for example, like with iron shirt training or iron palm training, iron shirt essentially means that you can take hits that you normally wouldn't be able to. So, if you've ever seen like a Shaolin monk, take it in the taint with a baseball bat and not even flinch, that's probably like that's probably not iron shirt. But I have seen videos of like Shaolin monks getting beaten with, consensually. Like the Shaolin monks are it's a demonstration. They're not just beating up Shaolin monks out of nowhere. They show these videos of these Shaolin monks doing martial arts demonstrations where they have a dude hit them with a giant metal rod, and they're just like, yeah, that was easy. That didn't hurt like at all. That's iron shirt training, and from what I understand, part of that is also deadening your nerves. I know there's like some Chinese traditional medicine involved, like Dita Jiao and such, but I remember that for the arms at least, and for the hands, part of it is also like deadening your nerves, so you don't feel pain so much when you strike with that limb. Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't brushed up on like hand conditioning stuff for a while because I haven't been interested in hand conditioning. Although something that I will say that is 100% certain and true is that one of the best secrets to hand conditioning is just keeping your hands moisturized. That makes the skin more stretchy and flexible, so that'll mean that you eventually break it less. I remember that they used to like have like salt treatments for hands. Like they used to think it was the opposite way, where if you dried out your hands, they'd become harder. But it's actually the opposite way around. It's much better for you to have moisturized hands than to have drier hands when it comes to like fist stuff. Anyway, hang on. Where is her skull? There we go. Alright, connect those two together. Simplify vector line. Ever since I found out about this smooth corner thing on these, I have been absolutely tearing it up. I love this. Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of funny words, So today I learned a new phrase, and that phrase is crap top. Now, from what I understand, this is like buying not even buying, maybe finding secondhand a laptop, which is just absolute garbage. You know, we're talking like an Asus or some friggin' Logitech laptop from the Audis to just kind of have around. This is mostly for like computer programming, but essentially the idea is to use a really bad laptop computer to run your programs, the programs that you make, not the ones that you use for your day-to-day life. You use these really crappy laptops, these crap tops, to run the programs before you ship them or market them. And from what I understand, there are a couple of benefits to this, which are kind of, to me at least, the benefits would be like, you know, first of all, it's cheap. You know, if you brick the computer on accident, relatively small loss compared to like if you brick your nice, cool computer that you have all your files and banking information on. And the other factor is that if you have like a lower end computer as your testing base, it kind of broadens the number of users that you can have, right? Because if your computer can run on a toast, if your program, whatever you're making, can run on like a toaster or something, then that puts you at a market advantage over somebody who needs like 32 gigabyte RAM or whatever to run the same thing. You know, like for example, it's the same thing with stuff like Among Us and such. It's a similar principle with those games that get super popular. You can play them on any device because they don't have particularly demanding graphical or internet demands. Or what do you call specifications? That's the one that I'm thinking of. Okay, there we go. There we go. And like that. How long are Jill's twin tails? Like they definitely go past her back. They definitely go past her shoulder, but like do they go down to like her butt or something? I don't know. Like, how big are we talking? Are we talking waist length? Probably waist length. I'm gonna say waist length. I don't imagine she has like friggin' Hatsune Miku twin tails. That might be a bit much. Okay. Twin tails are very cute on character designs, but I hate to use them on my characters because if I do, I end up getting like this feeling, you know, it's like this all the time. Like you just have to keep adding and adding and adding. And while that's fun and it looks really cool, it also has like a huge demand on time. So for my characters, I just try to avoid it. I think I've mentioned this before. I design all of my characters as if they're going to be, as if I'm going to have to draw them like 10 million times in short order, because I design most of my characters with the idea like they'll be in a comic someday or something. So I imagine that if I'm going to keep drawing them over and over, I don't want to saddle myself with anything too complicated. Yeah, you'd think that this would teach me to use silhouettes better, but it mostly just leads to them looking like normal-ass people. I mean, I could try to work on my silhouettes. That could be a fun experiment to do in the future. You know, now that Art Fight is over, the nearest thing on the horizon is probably going to be Drawtober, and you know that's not at least for another couple months. I'm safe for now. But I am going to be looking for different things to do. Who knows? Maybe I'll finally finish that Froggy model on Blender. Yeah, that thing's been on my to-do list for like a while now. Yeah. Okay, and then this one is going to kind of go on like this. Hang on, I need to move these out of the way. Excuse me, right this way. Okay, and then these are gonna go on like... There we go. And then maybe like this right here. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Although I do have to move these again. Sorry. We'll just tuck you away over there. Because Jill looks like so bummed out, I feel like she's just got a constant stare of disapproval. Because this portrait is from kind of her lowest point in the game, is the thing. Like, I feel like that's... I feel like that's also a factor, because the portrait is supposed to be when she's super bummed out, although I guess that could also just be her neutral expression. I don't know if they just made her sprite, and then... You know, thinking about it from a logical standpoint, they wouldn't make her sprite unless they absolutely needed to, but I know for a fact that for a lot of, like... games, there are like unused sprites that, you know, come from this one original concept but then never see the light of day. So I think that maybe that might have been it. Maybe they just edited it to look a little bummed for the occasion. I'm not sure. And I remember watching... I remember trying to watch a couple of those videos, you know, they're very popular. Some people's faces just look like that. That is true. That is true. Some people's faces do just have like a resting, you know, they just look kind of sad. Poor girl. Anyway, I've been... Hey Toast, welcome to the stream. How have you been? I'm about to go and speak of the devil. Yeah. Speak of the devil and he shall redeem the horse stance redeem. Alright, let me find a timer on my browser. Alright. 2.5 minute timer. Okay. Where is the... Hang on. I'm gonna find it. Oh, here it is. Toast has a resting sad face. I know. Oh, that's sad. Anyway. Okay. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know how it is. Okay. Okay. Is it picking up my face? Yes, it is. Okay. And the timer starts now. Okay. Anyway. I was talking about something. Oh yeah. I tried to get into those videos where it's like, you know, it's those like how would you call them? They're like game dev post-mortems. You know, they take like a game that was really hyped up but didn't live up to the hype and go like, what went wrong? You know, that's usually what the video is called, by the way. Like, in such and such game, what went wrong? Hydrate? Thank you. So I remember the one that I tried to watch was the one for that game Biomutant. If you've never heard of Biomutant, it's this game where you were supposed to play like this kung fu critter, little furry raccoon thing. It had a lot of character customization. You know, a lot of people were very excited for it, but it very badly flopped. Yeah, that makes me sad. It's always sad when something that involves martial arts flops for me. I feel like I take that loss very personally. But yeah, that was like Biomutant, and immediately, you know, it starts out very promising, like it always does. It was a very well put together video. Like, I'm not knocking the quality of the video itself so much that its subject matter just kind of depresses me. because, you know, they started like with, oh yeah, they had this showing at a game expo, it was super hyped, the people were lining up outside the booth, and then they try to expand the scope of the game, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I know how this song and dance ends, it will end in tears. You know, it's kind of like that, like, as soon as they started talking like doubling the size of the map, it was like, that's when you know, oh no, they got in over their head. The same thing happened when you found that like abandoned game dev studio in Disco Elysium. You know, they just talked about like, as someone who has slight problems finishing with like long-term projects, stuff like that always hits a little too close to home for me. You know, and I remember that like one of the things that your partner comments on in that game being like, it seems like the less money they had, the more expensive their ideas got. And I'm like, oh no. Oh hey, there's the timer. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Granted, I did leg day like a couple of days ago, so you know, maybe it's like leftover games from that. It wasn't so bad. You know, I definitely felt the strain a little bit, but like, I think I could handle another one. I need to learn not to tempt fate. That's what I need to learn to do. Forget backgrounds, forget Blender. I need to learn to not tempt fate. Yeah, it's gonna turn out like tomorrow that that like 30 of the people who follow me are all waiting in line to redeem horse stance at the same time. It's like that one scene from Airplane where they're just like lining up to just slap the sense back into this poor lady, and or like it was some dude, I think. Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember much about Airplane. I don't remember like a lot of the details from Airplane. I remember laughing a lot when I was watching it. Even though a lot of the jokes in that movie are definitely outdated, a lot of them still land pretty well. Unlike the plane, but actually, I don't even remember the plane crash in that movie. I remember that that Airplane was supposed to be like a pastiche of quote-unquote disaster films, right? Perhaps you're lucky I don't have 5,000 points. It has a 15-minute cooldown. I ain't scared. Again, tempting fate. Oh well, it's good for me to get a little saucy now and again. Hubris makes for excellent content, no matter what you do. Alright, thicken that up. Yeah, just around here. You coward. Listen, the spirit is more... Actually, the spirit is also unwilling. The flesh is additionally weak. I'm not turning off the timer cooldown for the horse stance. Alright, my lingering attachment to machismo has made me do a lot of stupid things, but that's one step too far. Alright, connect vector line, simplify vector line. There we go. Is the browser still open? No, it isn't. Okay, cool. Let me actually also shut off that source, just in case. Yeah, I don't like to have other stuff open when I stream. I just like to have whatever program I'm using and OBS, and that's it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, I posted this on Twitter earlier, but this morning when I woke up, there's some construction going on behind my apartment building these days, and because I live kind of closer to the ground on my building, I get to have like a pretty good look at it. So, and I love watching construction stuff. You know, you post me outside of I think my ideal vacation these days is actually just sitting in a fairly nice apartment balcony with a huge construction site across the road and just having a pair of binoculars to see what all is going on. I feel like that's almost like a vacation destination for me. Just like Italian dads. Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, those old guys know what's up, alright? Those old guys know the score. Alright? That's not just them not having anything better to do, that's wisdom right there, alright? That's Italian grandfather wisdom. Those old men know for facts that nothing beats watching some construction work. But yeah, I feel like you could almost pitch that to me as a vacation package, and I would take it in a heartbeat. You know, forget the Bermudas, forget sandy beaches. Although I still like beaches, I do like the beach. But you know, forget those for a moment. Get me like a nice balcony. You know, I'll rent out an Airbnb for like a day that I know has a lot of construction going on across the street, and I'll just post myself out there with a pair of binoculars. Is that a new hoodie? Not quite. This is like a huge sticker that I found on the ground that I just pasted on there. It was for the what do you call it? It was for the game itself. Yeah, this girl right here has a shirt that has the same phrase on it. You can actually get a real life counterpart of it. They have that in the game store. They have the hoodie. Not even a hoodie, it's a shirt. It's like this hot pink shirt that has that word kind of like emblazoned on it in shiny lettering. Also, I spent like a full 3 or so minutes trying to get this like to be perfectly mathematically wavy, only to realize that like it'll probably look better if I just go like this. Well, that's life sometimes. Nothing you can do about it. Connect extra lines. Yeah, another thing I respect about Valhalla is that it has the kind of full gamut of futuristic clothing, because you've got dudes like Donovan, right, who have what is essentially still day-to-day office wear, and then you have people like Dana or Alma who have more futuristic looking clothing. Virgilio doesn't exactly have futuristic clothing, he just has weird clothing. I said this before, I thought for a full second, like, I mistook Virgilio for a full second as, like, that dude from Disco Elysium just because of that ugly-ass tie. I need to start getting more opportunities to wear my ugly-ass tie. I found one in a thrift shop that has, like, this horrid, awful fucking paisley pattern, and I can't wear it to work because I actually have to look professional for that. You know, maybe on like a vacation day or something I can wear that, but I don't want to be a dude who kind of walks around the city just wearing a suit and tie all the time. I'm not at that stage just yet. I am neither the frontman for an emo band nor a freaking secret agent. I have no reason to wear a shirt and a tie for normal day-to-day casual wear. I know it looks like I'm drawing a second cigarette in her mouth, and while that is hilarious, I'm wondering if it'll look better from this angle. I don't think it does. I feel like I need to make the mouth bigger, though. Did you change your PFP to that suit duck yet? No. That's gonna be like an April Fool's kind of thing. That's definitely not on like a nearby horizon. Although, to be fair, my normal profile picture does look like that a little bit. No, but then they'd probably notice it if I don't turn my camera on all day. Yeah, no, I'm judging it. I'm calling it now. The bid is not worth it. Yeah, at least not, again, at least not on like a non-holiday kind of thing. Like I said, for April Fool's Day, I think I could get away with that for like one meeting. You know, if I have like a daily meeting with a team, I can have that as my profile picture for like 3 minutes, and then then I just switch back to my normal profile. What happened to casual Mondays? You might be thinking of casual Fridays. Or, I don't know, am I thinking of casual Fridays or flip-flop Fridays? Yeah, no, this mouth needs to be, like, way bigger. Okay, hang on. Is there, like, a brush shave adjust thickness mode? Control points, is there a way to, like, reduce the sensitivity of this? Area by dragging. No, there's no. I was gonna say, I'm tired of like clicking over here and it just selects that for no reason while I'm trying to select something like this. Oops. I guess I could set it to not like select random like individual lines. I could just set it to like select groups. I think that's a possibility, but that sounds like such a pain though. Just setting it on and off and on and off. I mean, to be fair, the fact that I can do this to begin with is pretty miraculous. So I'm not gonna sit here and complain about vector lines when they've literally saved my life for the past three or so years. When did I start using vector lines? I think it was probably like around like 2 years ago. Definitely about a year ago. A year ago I was definitely using vector lines, but I don't know like the earliest one that I used for them for. I think I do remember what I drew with them, but I don't remember when precisely. Well, whatever. There we go. But yeah, casual Monday, flip-flop Fridays. I mean, there is a day of the week where we eat donuts a little bit. That is a thing. One of the bosses brings in donuts and we all get to eat them for a little bit. That's a thing that happens sometimes. That's nice. Okay. I will say that, I get that this is supposed to be like wintertime in the game, but she's wearing like at least 3 layers, possibly more. She's got that like heat tech, and then the shirt, and then the apron / vest / futuristic bartending outfit. I want to make her fingers kind of slim. Slender, I guess would be the word. Gonna head out early? Take care, yes? Will do. Thanks for stopping by, Ben. Enjoy your evening. Okay, then over here. Yeah, if that's the case, I'm probably gonna want to like essentially do the same thing, but like smaller. I'm not sure. I've always drawn fingers. I always draw my characters with like really thick fingers, so I don't know why drawing them with slim fingers is suddenly such a challenge. Wait, no. Of course it would be a challenge if I always draw them with thick fingers. Yeah, I've said it before, and I don't say this as a criticism of myself. I actually like doing this. Everyone I draw looks like they could take a brick to the face and keep walking. Dense, yeah. Yeah, sturdy. Robust. Yeah, again, I say this as almost like a compliment to myself. Most of the characters that I draw look like they could take a brick to the face and keep walking. But that doesn't work so well when you're, you know, that's not so suited for delicate stuff like this. But, you know, I'm always willing to learn. I want to become somebody who can draw anything that they put their mind to. I think that's more of a valuable skill than, you know, being particularly stuck in one particular thing. I just want to be able to draw whatever I want to draw, I guess would be the way to put it. It just so happens that most of the time I want to draw people looking badass. So, you know, mission accomplished. Jill does. I feel like Jill wouldn't have long nails. She will have. I think I will give her nails, but like not particularly long ones. Okay, there we go. Isn't she a lesbian? Yes, she is. That's a good point. Or bisexual. I'm not sure. It wasn't particularly clarified. I'm 90% sure she's bisexual, but I don't know. Sunsmug. Yeah, I think it like she said, like there is no doubt that she's attracted to women, but like whether or not she's uniquely attracted to women is in the air. She mentioned having boyfriends, but that could mean anything. Who cares? Okay, here we go. Yeah. Wait, okay, here we go. He doesn't know. I know exactly what you're talking about, but, you know, it's like... How do I put this? Like, it's not that interesting. Anyway. Hang on, where... Okay, what kind of angle is on this finger, though? I forget you're straight. I don't know how to take that. Thanks? I think that's the funniest thing anybody said to me. I forget you're straight. Oh my god. Let's see. Anyway. You're straight. Okay, here we go. But yeah, I don't know why. I feel like I read a post a little while back that always makes me want to draw fingernails now. You know, drawing like naked fingers is fine, you know, that's perfectly serviceable, but I don't know what it is now. But now I can't help but like want to draw the nails, you know? It feels more... I don't know, it feels more right somehow. It's just an extra little detail, it barely takes any time, and it just looks interesting. You know, it helps to have a little bit more visual richness to the whole thing. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Okay. So she's definitely wearing a shirt, so that much I can do for the cuffs here. No, shirt sleeves are like slightly shorter than that. That's always like made me mad about shirt sleeves, is that like if you're fitting the shirt correctly, if you have your arm stretched out like this, they kind of go down to a little bit slightly past your wrist. I think it's so that you can look at your watch or something. But that always made me irrationally mad. If I'm wearing a long-sleeved item of clothing, I want my sleeves to be covered at all times. I feel like that's not a big ask. I mean, to be perfectly fair, I roll up the sleeves on my shirt for literally every shirt I ever wear. Hang on. Also, the sleeve cuff wouldn't be there, would it? It'd be kind of like down here. Anyway. I don't know why. I don't know why for two things. I don't know why I get mad whenever a long sleeve shirt isn't long sleeved anymore. So, you know, like I said, when your wrist cuffs kind of slide past your wrist, or, you know, if you're wearing a hoodie, it feels like it's tightening around your back when you stretch out your arms. That always makes me like really mad. I hate that feeling. But then again, to be perfectly fair, I don't think I've worn my shirt with my sleeves properly rolled down since it's been a while. Like, it's been a while. Like, I always roll them up. You know, I gotta show off the guns. I bought everybody tickets to the lizard exhibit so they could look at these pythons. Okay, but you know what I mean. It's I don't know when I started doing that. I think it was sometime in high school. I remember. Wait, no, I remember why I started doing that. I remember doing it because some girl said that it's fashionable to have your sleeves rolled up. So I was like, oh hey, I want to try this, and I did, and it was awesome because now I have my arms bare and it just feels nice. It's comfortable. It's so comfortable. And I just started wearing everything like that. Hoodies, shirts, you name it. Everything I just wore with the sleeves rolled up. Unless I'm wearing like a full suit with a blazer jacket and everything. In that case, I keep them rolled down because it looks weird if I don't. But once the blazer comes off, oh baby, watch out. Okay, anyway. Okay, so this would probably have like a lot of wrinkles coming out from around here. Yeah, with shirts specifically, you have to pay a lot of attention to the wrinkles. I don't know why, but I feel like shirts are just like this perfect texture to get wrinkly. Something about them, man. I guess it's like the contrast between seeing something that's supposed to be like neat and tidy, and then seeing it be like greebled to hell with stretch marks. I feel like that's got something to do with it. Greebled to hell. Now there's a new phrase. If you've never heard the term greebled, it means to add visual noise to something. So you know how a spaceship, you could have like a rocket ship that looks like this, right? And that's also a perfectly serviceable spaceship. But then if you like add like, hang on, like, stuff like this. First of all, then it starts looking like you built an Kerbal Space Program. But second of all, it also looks a little bit more interesting. It looks a little bit more visually interesting. It looks a little bit more futuristic almost. And that's the concept behind greebling. It's essentially just adding random visual noise to a model to enhance it, to make it look more visually interesting. It doesn't have a purpose, at least not usually. I feel like people who are, greebling, orthodox greeblists, I suppose would be the term. Although I don't imagine that's a real subgroup of people. If it is, I have a lot to learn about this world. But, if you're kind of like looking for the purely orthodox definition of greebling, then they're not supposed to serve any particular purpose. They're just supposed to look visually. It's just supposed to be random visual noise to, to make the thing look cooler, for lack of a better explanation. Yeah, they do it a lot for like Star Wars and such. I imagine nowadays with procedurally generated like Blender stuff, it's a bit easier to accomplish, but even that's got to have some kind of rules behind it. You just have to place this stuff by hand. Okay. And then this one here. There we go. That's the arm done, and now to contend with the weird vest thing. How do I get past you? I mean, that is like an apron, isn't it? It looks like an apron, is the thing. It's definitely got some kind of badge on it, though. Ah, whatever. I'm gonna make it like some kind of weird apron thing. The fashion police aren't real. They can't hurt me. They would have tried long ago if they could. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna kind of go on like this, and then like this. Here we go. That being said, you know, I joke about the fashion police. I do know that there is currently a game out. I think it might be like one of those like Doom total conversion things where they essentially take the original engine of Doom and then just slap on a coat of paint on it and with some new game mechanics that is centered around you being a member of the fashion police. Which I remember seeing the trailer for that and I thought it was pretty funny. I might try to check it out one of these days. I hope I get the time. Okay, there we go. She has one more button unbuttoned. Or wait, no, I could like, okay, yeah, I could put it up around there. No, she's got two buttons down. So that would look like, what exactly? Kind of this? There we go. There's that weird apron vest, whatever. I don't know. Sincerely, I don't know what this is. It'll probably look a little bit more like this, so, you know, it'd probably have a bit more of a taper. Okay, then over here. Over here, over here, over here, over here, and over here. Perfect. It's very weird. I kept waiting for it. Valhalla feels very weird to me because for visual novels, for a lot of visual novels, something that you kind of, a kind of critical component of visual novels is usually your character's response to the current situation, which usually take the form of like dialogue prompts, you know? So the fact that you could really only interact with the world through serving drinks was something that never stopped surprising me. Like, I kept waiting for it to like give me like the option to say something at a critical moment, and it never did. And to some extent, I'm really grateful for that. I feel like it takes a lot of pressure off me. Not to mention, it feels more unique that they did it that way. It feels more like they did something unique to them. You know, if they had dialogue prompts, I wouldn't have been surprised, but because they never did, I feel more surprised and you know, yet even more pleasantly surprised that I never felt like I needed them. You know, I never, well, first of all, because Jill and I think a lot of the same things. We both act as the kind of like a reactive in the group. I don't know how to put it. Like, I keep saying the phrase "straight man, funny man," but everybody makes a joke about like, yeah, like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, the straight man. I don't know how to put it. It's like, whatever. I can just fuck the cops. I'll just say straight man, funny man. Yeah, I feel like she's the straight man in a lot of funny man bits. Everybody, I feel like in any other game, Jill would be the funny man to everybody else's straight man. But because everybody in this game is so goddamn quirky, Jill is kind of in this unenviable position of being the straight man to everybody's funny man. Okay. And over here. Okay. Then smooth this out. Okay. Where is... Okay, so maybe I should... Okay, I'm not going to focus on this part back here just yet. Also, I am questioning if I should maybe change around this twin tail here, because it does cover up her butt. And while that's fine, it's also a little bit against my principles. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, same procedure I think as last time. Just draw a bunch of lines from where the quote-unquote fissures would be. Fissures, is that the right word? Tension points? I mean, that makes it sound like she needs a massage. Tension points, fissures, I don't know. I know cleavage point is a word used in like jewelry, which is essentially the best place to cut a diamond. So, or, you know, so if you have like a diamond, like, if you have a diamond cut like this, right? Here we go. You have a diamond cut like this. If you cut this thing like right around through one of these lines here, that would split the stone pretty easily because of the way that it's just angled. That's the idea behind cleavage points. I imagine it's also got like its uses in the context of like marble sculpting and such, you know, stonework. I've always been very impressed with people who can just like smack a rock in like a couple of key places and then it just friggin' crumbles into dust into the shape of like an elephant or something. That's always been... that never fails to impress me. First of all, because just the technical skill you need to have to do that is incredible. And second of all, because it's not just a technical skill, it's being able to apply that technical skill to a unique rock. Because no two rocks are the same. So being able to do, and you know, even though I imagine that for a couple of them it can be a very similar procedure, that still means that for each one you're essentially developing a unique strategy to break apart that rock into perfect little chunks. And that's amazing. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, there we go. Whew, okay. Anyway, let's see. What else is there? There we go. Huh. But yeah, going back to the topic of crop tops, I mentioned them earlier. I really like that more so, that in English is starting to adopt that thing where we put two words together and then combine them into one. Or, you know, take an acronym and just use it as a word. I remember that was the origin of the word BAE, right? It's like, BAE was originally an acronym for before anyone else, I think. I am 90% sure that's not what it was. It might be something else, though. I remember reading that was one explanation for the word. It might also just be yet again another instance of appropriation of African American vernacular English. It very likely is that in retrospect. But, you know, I do like that nowadays for more and more kind of just combining words. It feels good. We need to do more damage to the English language. Here we go. And there. Nice. Okay. That's gonna... Okay, her hand is gonna be like that. Okay. And then from there, she's gonna have a thumbnail. Man, I saw a post the other day talking about how it's the very little things across time and space that kind of bring humanity together. Like, if you think about it, even your great ancestors who lived in times before electricity, they also at some point must have had a hangnail somewhere down the line. Like, somewhere down the line, somebody in your family tree also had a hangnail and whined about it to their parents, and probably went to like the little cabinet to cut it off with like a pair of nail scissors, because that's what you do with a hangnail, I imagine. But the fact that they also experienced that small kind of like frustration, that they also had like these small things, is something that can really bring you closer to a lot of other people. You know, it's that kind of like realization that you have more in common with people from 800 years ago than you would think. But when I read that, I originally thought of like a medieval peasant having a hangnail, and immediately I went, man, they must have been scared for their life. Back then, if you got like a cut on anything, that was like an instant death penalty. Yeah, a combination of not having healthcare and not knowing what medicine is, not knowing what bacteria is, and not having healthcare is a real wombo combo to get a cut in. You got a fever and you started writing your will, you know? I mean, granted, that's how you feel with a fever anyways, but still. Back then, that had like a purpose. Nowadays, it's just melodramatic. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't like thinking about nails. I feel like they're the grossest part of the human body. You know, like, they're little bits of protein that are dead and extruded from your hand like some kind of weird, I don't know, sick, twisted conveyor belt thing. I don't like thinking about them. They make me uncomfortable. Okay. I should drink some water. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that reminds me. More and more artists are having these virtual concerts, right? Like I think we've all heard about like this one celebrity. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember somebody had a concert in Fortnite. I think it was Marshmello. Marshmello had some kind of musical event going on in Fortnite, and a lot of other musicians are also having something similar to that. I think like it was in Roblox and stuff like that. I feel like that is an untapped market. I feel like we need to kind of capitalize on that a little bit, you know? I feel like we need to... I don't know where it would be. I don't want it to be in the metaverse, because that sucks, but like, we need a place where people can just go to concerts online. I would say VR chat, but I don't know. There's something about VR chat is really suspicious to me. Yeah, we need like a uniquely concert going software experience. Not that I've been to many concerts, but you know, it'd be nice if I could go online. I remember the only concert that I've technically been to was actually this jazz music festival, where I remember getting so mad because they had this one band called something like metal sex liger or Black Thunder Liger or something like that. And I remember reading that name on the band list, and I was like, "Fuck yeah! When are these guys gonna come up?" And then they never did because they didn't manage to get to the event. I think their show got canceled for some reason, and I was so bummed out about that. Although I do remember a couple of those songs from that concert. I remember one that was like singing like "Eche homo, he is a man," something like that. That was fun. That was a good memory. You know, we didn't get to listen to a band called like Sexual Thunder Tiger or something like that, but you know, we did get to listen to a couple of sweet songs, and that's really all you need sometimes. Okay. Okay, and there we go. That should help avoid a couple of tangents down the line. Not conversational tangents. Well, those are, we have many. We have so many of those in store for you, but I'm talking about line tangents. Okay, never mind. I need to add a couple of like lines here and there. Okay, so I'm guessing Jill's outfit. Again, I imagine this is some kind of weird vest thing, right? So I'm gonna like add a thing here. That'll be a surprise tool that'll help us down the line. Anyway, I imagine some kind of like weird apron vest thing. So I'm just gonna kind of cut it off right around here. There we go. And okay, then over here we have to kind of like I'm not sure if it's a mini skirt, but I'm gonna act like it is. Why not? I've won myself this indulgence today. I imagine it looks a lot like an office lady outfit is the thing. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try to do something different with the expression as well, but like, for the moment I'll leave it be. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Okay, then like that. There we go. Yeah. Music festivals are something that I should go to more often, considering that I enjoy them quite a bit. I haven't... The thing is, when you say music festival, it could mean either... You could be talking about Coachella, or you could be talking about, like, some random get-together that's just happening in your little town that you've been going to for 3 years. I don't have one of those either, but... I haven't been to neither of those, but I do go to, like... I do go to random music events sometimes. Okay. Oh shit, you know what I should give her? Bartenders have like these little like arm garters, don't they? Yes, okay. Hang on. Perfect. No, wait, bring those back. There we go. And for this one, it would probably happen right up... I did this one slightly below the bicep line. Okay, so this one's gonna be right around here, actually. Okay, and that's gonna kind of go like... Yeah, I don't know why bartenders wear these. I think it's back in the day when they also had to be like barbers. I remember that was a thing. Well, white, no. It was like, okay, it's blue, red, and white. So that I remember that the classic barbershop sign, you know those ones that are like blue, red, and white? They're those colors because barbers also used to be doctors and dentists. You know, you just had one dude in town who had like a really fancy chair, and you either went to get a nice touch up for your fade, or you went to go get your tooth forceful. You know what? We're not going to talk about medieval. We're not going to talk about like pre-modern dentistry here. I'm not ready for that, and neither are you. It was a bad scene. Yeah, I know some people are already afraid of dentists, which is why I try not to talk about like squicky stuff, you know, dentistry, you know, tooth trauma and all that. I try to avoid topics like that. First of all, because it kind of conflicts with the cozy vibe that I'm trying to accomplish with this stream. You know, comfy, goosey fun. Comfy, goofy, fun. That's what I try to go for. And talking about bodily trauma on that topic, you know, kind of on the range, in the periphery of that, it's not exactly conducive to that environment. Oops. Now hang on. What just happened? Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Going around accidentally resizing my CSP window. Okay, crunchy wrists. Okay. So, the main things I wanted to get accomplished for this stream are the lines for Jill, the kind of parts here, and the... Okay, I have an idea for how to do this, but it's gonna take a hot minute. The good news is that I can draw the rest of the characters freehand, and that's not really gonna be a problem. So it's really just me focusing on Jill. Okay, so that's gonna be like this. Here we go. Then shrink that down a little bit. Aim it around a little. And then connect those lines. Here we go. Perfect. Now, what kind of shoes would Jill have for this kind of job? I am wondering, because heels feel like the kind of immediate go-to option, but I don't know. I can't picture Jill wearing heels for some reason. I feel like she's the kind of person who would just wear a pair of beat-up Chuck Taylors everywhere. I don't know, maybe I should just look up like women's dress shoe. Hang on. Let me look that up real quick so I can get an idea for what these should maybe look like. Women's dress shoes. It's probably just gonna give me heels anyway, but still. Yep. What in the goddamn hell are these? Alright, these are still heels, but like... Holy shit, look at those. These look... These look like you have to fight a raid boss multiple times. Like, these look like they have a 1% drop rate from a raid boss. These look like they give you poison resistance. These fucking heels. God. That's really good. God, look at those. Anyway, I found ones that are more kind of like what I was picturing probably. They're still heels, but they feel more like work shoes. I think it's the rubber sole that does it, you know? I think that's a kind of clincher. I also like the fact that it's got like that kind of brogue punch here. Yeah, if you've never seen a cool pair of brogues, hang on. Let me pull up some brogues. Or bruges, or brogues. I don't know how it's pronounced, but they have like these really cool holes. These really cool like punch patterns. I like them a lot. I've been meaning to get myself a nice pair, but the economy. Not to mention, I feel like I wouldn't be able to take good care of them even if they were a nice pair. Maybe I'd learn, you know, that never say never. Maybe I'd learn to take care of leather shoes properly. Yeah, I mean, my current go-to pair are these are a pair of these like normal ass Oxfords I got from Target. I think I might have bought them for my brother's wedding. I'm not sure. I'm on the wrong layer. That's what I'm sure about. Okay. Okay, that's gonna kind of go like these. And then... Okay. And that's gonna kind of go like that. Here we go. Let's see, then over here... Okay. We're gonna have the strap here with a belt buckle. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, and they're gonna have like a pattern right around here. Would that... Okay, that's... Okay, I think I see how that circles around. So it's going to be like around here and around here. I'll have to make that really thin so it doesn't stand out like this, but I'd say that's on its way. Okay. It'll curve around back like this, and then how exactly will it go around? Holy shit, some dude was speeding down the motorway with his motorcycle. I keep seeing these packs of like very old looking gruff guys riding in their motorcycles around town, and I love it. I hope I have a friend group like that when I'm older. When I grow up, I want to be a Hell's Angel. No, no, no. I'm much too sensitive to be a Hell's Angel. I could be like a Purgatory's middle management kind of guy, but definitely not a Hell's Angel. Yeah, I'm starting a new biker gang. Purgatory's middle management. Entrance requirements are that you have to ask me nicely, or maybe not even nicely at all. I will capitulate almost immediately. I know there is like a group of... I read about a group of biker gang dudes. Essentially, it was this group of dudes who were the kind of prototypical scary-ass, gruff-looking old biker dude. But what they did is that they dressed it that way because they essentially helped children who were trying to escape abusive situations kind of stay away from their parents, you know? So if a parent was looking to kind of collect a child by force, for example, I remember that the parents could reach out to this group of bikers, and the bikers would essentially just, you know, be scary-ass bikers and discourage the abusive parents from trying to come back for the kid. It's kind of the same reason why a lot of, like, emotional support dogs for courts are, like, boxers or stuff like that. Like, they're decently big dogs. And I remember the psychology behind that was to make the person who is being kind of supported by the dog feel protected, because they know that the dog could take anybody in a fight. It's not a bad idea. Definitely not something that I would have thought of, but not a bad idea. Of course, if the person is anxious about big dogs, that also kind of changes the that kind of changes the battlefield a little bit. You know, not everybody's going to want a big dog kind of like acting like a sweet puppy around them, but, you know, I imagine that for at least some people it must have worked, which is why they introduced it. You know, I don't think they have like emotional support chihuahuas. I feel like a chihuahua is like the opposite of an emotional support animal. That thing just causes distress by being in the same room. You know, even if it's like a very sweet chihuahua, I feel like the fact that it's so small makes you feel a little nervous. It's like when you're in the same room as a baby, you know? It's like you try to pick... the tiny human in front of you is just so small and fragile and willing to cry at any time that you just feel a little bit on edge whenever they're around. I don't know. Maybe that fades with parenthood or something, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna find out anytime soon, I think. Here we go. Am I putting way too much attention to these shoes? Yes, I am. Do I care? No, I do not. Alright, hang on. There we go. Where's the emotional support cats? I imagine they also have those. Yeah. Emotional support cats. I mean, I guess there's not really a limit to what you could consider an emotional support animal because, you know, people will feel emotionally supported by different things. I mean, you could have an emotional support Burmese python for all we know. You know, there could be some dude running around like that, living his life. Oh, Toast. Yeah, just hit up Toast if you want an emotional support cat. His rates are extremely reasonable, and he smells very nice. Okay. I'll pass. Damn. Doubt. Damn, that 2-hit kill. He got in one and then he went in for the other. Normally I tell you two to not fight in my chat, but I think Toast gets one for this one. I write him down a tiny little scrap of paper that says free pass to beat the shit out of Leo on my stream. Or not even on my stream, in chat. Yeah, I'm hall pass. Yeah, he's 5 inches tall. What can he do? I don't know. He could like crawl into your ear or something. That's a disturbing thought. Bite your leg. Yeah, everything below your ankle joint is his property now. Say goodbye to your ankles. Okay, then here, bite your leg. Yeah. I think it's funny to know my little brother is about Toast's size. Yeah. I don't know. I think I am taller than my older brother, so I've never known that kind of like. I only knew that pain for about like 5 years after he got like way bigger than me, and then I just got bigger than him, and I just kept growing. Man, I hope he doesn't see this stream. He takes it well, but like I could tell that it chafes him a little bit. God knew it. If it made me tall, I'd be too powerful. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I made myself kind of small as well, you know. It's like, if I'm like this 4'5" rice guy, you know, that's like, even if I talk about threats of violence, that's like nothing. But if I was like 8 feet tall, like a fucking Teletubby, then you would start running for the fucking hills. That's when things get a little wacky. Oh, my brother's gonna be taller than me, I know that for sure. Yes, younger sibling gang, rise up. Oh, what happened here? Connect vector line. And then simplify. Is there a way to disable taper? No, there is not. Okay. I feel like I need to adjust the line width for a lot of these little details too. Hang on. Hang on. Adjust line width. Scale down width. Here we go. Yeah, I gotta make them very thin, almost imperceptible, so that they don't ruin the silhouette. Glad to know now that I'm also taller than you. Yeah, you are taller than me in real, only because you hate that. I don't know. I'll go to a doctor's appointment and then we'll see who's taller than who. You'll still probably be taller than me. I don't know how much by you had me beat. I know if you like express it in centimeters, then I forgot. But I don't know. There might. It ain't over till the health physician sings. Just an inch. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I'll get myself a doctor's appointment, then we'll see who has to use the other's head as like an armrest. Okay, then this other leg here. I'm just going to a whole ass doctor to just prove something. I needed to go to get a doctor's checkup anyway. This just lets me be a little petty about it. You know, I feel like I'm overdue. I need to get my yeah, it'll probably be a good idea to figure out what vaccines I'm behind on. I know like a lot of people haven't been. I don't know. Did you have to like redo your smallpox vaccine? I don't know. I know for a fact I got vaccinated like when I was a kid, but I don't remember what for and whether or not they expire. To be fair, a lot of those diseases are probably rare enough that even if you don't like renew your vaccination, you know, like I doubt like I'm gonna have a fucking variant of yellow fever one of these days. When you find out, let me know. Yeah, for sure. I should probably also get a tetanus shot. I don't go around poking in garbage as much as I used to, but I feel like if the urge ever strikes me, I want to be prepared. Let's see, connect vector lines. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I know that the rabies vaccine is also it's not just like preventative, but also I don't remember the rabies vaccine. Okay, I know that at least one of the rabies vaccines you get after you. It's not even a vaccine; it's just a shot. I think it's like a temporary booster for when you get bitten by a wild animal. There we go. Okay, and then this is going to be like this, and then like this. That's more like a smooth taper, like this. And then here we go. Are these round? Yeah, no, they're a little pointy. They got a little bit of a point to them. Much like a weak argument, they have a little bit of a point to them. Much like a blunt knife, they have a little bit of a point to them. I could keep going with this bit, but I won't. But I could, and that's what's important. You know, I can quit anytime I want. These are just decisions. Okay. Then over here. And then right here. There we go. No, hang on, hang on. It'd probably be a little bit more like this, right? Yeah, no. No, the strap would go over it. There we go, that's much better. Okay, then from there, we've got a kind of like thing like this. Man, it really is just so much more relaxing knowing that I don't have to color this on the same day. I feel like I'm much more calm. I feel like I don't have to like snap myself back to reality. I'm having a lot more fun. Not to mention, this is just a very fun pose. When you have like a complicated pose, it can be fun to do and it can be just like grueling to do. I feel like this one is tickling my brain in just the right way. You know, it's like it's different enough from what I normally do to give it like some enrichment, but not tough enough to figure out. It helps that Jill doesn't have particularly complicated clothes, but it's not tough enough to kind of stop me from figuring out what things should look like. You know, maximum 1 or 2 minutes per kind of like little part. Oops, hang on. No, it's nice, it's nice. You know, not every stream has to be me flexing my technical skill. Sometimes it's nice to just go back to like simple stuff. Here we go. It's more of a wing thing, isn't it? It's like a W. Why? Why do you? It's probably not like a Wario W, but it's still something like that. I wonder if you can make 3D fan art of Mario characters. I wonder if that's like a niche thing. Like I know for a lot of 2D characters, particularly indie game characters which are in 2 dimensions, it's pretty popular to make fan models of them, you know. I know there's one dude on Tumblr, I forget their handle, but there's this one person on Tumblr who specializes in making low poly Nintendo 64 looking models of characters from different anime series, different game series, you know, just kind of like lowering the polygon count to a substantial amount, and they are very good at what they do. But I do wonder if it's more common to get 3D fan art of 2D stuff or 3D fan art of 3D stuff. It also depends on what you determine as fan art, right? Because if you count like MMD animations as fan art, then or source filmmaker stuff or Gmod or stuff as fan art, then very obviously it becomes overwhelmingly apparent that 3D fan art is more common than 2D fan art. But you know, I feel like that's a lot of what do you call? What's the word? Pedantics? Yeah, that's the word. Pedantics. Just drink some water. Okay. I think that's more or less Jill done. Okay, cool. I wanted to copy and paste something on this though, so I can do something with the mouth. I keep accidentally hitting the backspace key. No, I'm gonna keep this expression. I was gonna say I wanted to try like her, kind of like going like this. If that makes sense, like like she's almost like frowning, like she's not exactly looking so panicked. I think it's the kind of main vibe I was going for with that one, but I don't feel like it. It's fine the way it is. Okay. But anyway, next up, Hang on. Does this shoe make sense? No, this shoe does not make sense. Does it? Okay, here's what let's do. I will flatten this out like so. Push it up to around here. And then kind of recover all that. Yeah, that feels much better somehow. Anyway, oh, I've missed a couple spots here and there. I think what I might work on next is trying to figure out eyes with these models, because I think that's something that's consistently bothered me, is the eyes and the mouth. And I'm starting to think it might be just the way that I'm utilizing the 3D references rather than anything else. Okay, we can close this tab now. This still makes me laugh a little. Fucking... I feel like if you click your heels like in The Wizard of Oz, the snakes come alive and assassinate your enemies. Looking heels. Okay. Oh goodness, we have fun here. Okay. I think I might need to do a sketch layer of this first. I think that's going to be the best way I can do this, because going at it raw dog is probably not the best idea. Okay, so the idea is that the mixed tumbler that she's using here has slipped out of her hands and is falling on the floor, and the cap is somewhere around here. I think it'll be like in the foreground or something. Probably around here to kind of fill up this empty space. And to have some variation in like the foreground, background. Okay, and should it have the cap on still? I think it'll have the cap on still. And then the idea was to kind of have it spiral like in this picture right here. This picture here is public domain, by the way. I did not steal it. I might have stolen this martini one, actually. But you know, I think this martini shaker one was actually fair rights, so I don't remember, but I'm not referencing it directly. I'm not copying it over it, so I think it's fine. Don't report me to the cops. All right. Anyway, so that'll probably look like this, and then this will probably... What I wanted it to was, again, to kind of have it spiral out like that in 3 different colors. There was going to be the kind of like... The colors are based on the actual drink from the game. So they would have been Adelhyde, Carmitrine, and Powdered Delta, which makes a sugar rush. Again. I'm just getting screenshots of the game. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, there was Adelhyde. I don't need to put these on here. If you saw the game, if you're that curious, go watch the VODs on YouTube. Haha, self-plug, shameless self-plug, seamlessly inserted into the conversation. Yeah, that was about as seamless as a knitted sweater. Actually, probably... Wait, no. Okay, here's a question. topographically speaking, are sweaters all seam or are they truly seamless? Because I thought I made that joke thinking that sweaters really were seamless, but are sweaters technically seamless or do they have seams? Okay. The issue here is that I wanted the reason I wanted to have it like spiral out like this is because I wanted to have pictures of the other characters in the kind of like water droplets, essentially. Okay, let's see if I can't figure this out. If that's the case, I might actually have to move this whole shebang kind of around further down here to give it enough space to kind of breathe here. Yeah, I think that might be the solution. Don't ask how. Yeah, this is one of those drinks where I put in like the 3 normal ingredients and then 19 additional Karmatrine. Hang on. It might be interesting also to have it on her face a little bit like this. Yeah, some really cool like liquid physics would be nice here. We can refine that a little bit. Hang on. Let's take a look at this. So this, I'm not even sure if it's like an actual, I don't know if this was an actual in-motion picture. It might very well be that it's a sculpture made to look exactly like what I want mine to look like. Which would be a bit of a bummer if it weren't for the fact that it still looks really cool. Video. The bad thing is that it doesn't show the end of the trail. So I can't really see that. To be fair, I've seen some of these like martini shakers be around the size of your forearm, so these can get fairly big as well. I know there's also this style of doing it where it's just the bottom half and then you just have the glass on top, called like the Boston style or something, and that's apparently very popular in particularly busy bars because you can make multiple drinks at once. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this picture here, and I'm gonna lower the opacity of this so I can get a better look at what I'm doing. Okay, so then maybe an additional layer with a slightly darker red. It's been a while since I've done proper sketch layers. It feels surreal. It's like coming back to an old friend. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's a good shape. That is exactly what I was envisioning. Okay, and that's gonna kind of swirl in here. Okay, so that's the kind of vibe that I want for all of these, so... The problem is that, okay, they need to be like... They need to feather outward almost like immediately. Okay. No, that one's got a strange shape. I'm not sure I like that one. Okay, I need the normal hard eraser for this. Let's see. What about instead of on her face, it splashes on like her hand? I feel like that might be more interesting visually. No. I think I'll have to not. For the moment, let's rein in the idea that it has to splash on her face or on any part of her body. Let's see. Nah, hang on. Okay, then what about... Okay, because I think, hang on, I need to make like a list of the characters that I want on here. I did have a list earlier, but I forgot what was on it. Okay, so we have... Okay, so the must-have ones are gonna be Dana, Jill with a G, Alma, Dorothy, Gabby. Did they spell it with 2 Y's or 1 Y? I think they spelled it with 1 Y, with 1 B. Okay, and one other person. Who am I forgetting? Okay, Dana, Jill with a G, Alma, Dorothy, Gabby. I'm definitely forgetting someone, but I don't remember who. Hang on, I gotta take a quick list of like the characters here. Hang on. Okay, so I wanted to have Sai and Stella, but that's too many. That you cannot separate them. They come as a pair. You can't just separate them. Who else was it? Was it Rad Sheba? It probably wasn't Rad Sheba. Anna, that's who I wanted. Okay. I probably could have looked at the character reference pictures that I took, because I remember I actually looked them up beforehand. Yeah, there they are. But I feel like this is much more fun. Anyway. Let's see. Oops, didn't mean to make another text box there. We'll just have that lay there for now. Okay. And, okay, so... I'm gonna claim this one for Dana. Um... Okay. The thing is, right, I also need to make it so that it spills out in 3 different colors. I need it in the blue, the red, and the kind of like cyan of the Carmitrine. You know, for this kind of vision that I get. That just looks like a spooky ghost. Ooh. No. Okay. What about... Oh, okay. I know. Okay, so maybe for... Okay, so this one right here can be the blue. Yeah, because the thing is, right, the Sugar Rush is... Okay, I think it's like 3 Adelhyde, 1 Powder Delta, and... Oops, that's not an eraser. 3 Adelhyde, 1 Powder Delta, and optional Carmitrine. So that's gonna be... Okay, so this one here is probably... Okay, so... Dorothy, Gabby... I know I wanted Gabby to be in the Carmitrine. So I think I'll put her here. Okay, and then the rest of this can be Adelhyde, I think. I'm content with that idea, yeah. Okay. So then... The thing is, right, the cool thing about having this kind of color explosion idea is that I don't even necessarily have to choose either the reddish one or the whitish one. I can go with both and then just have whatever I wanted in these spaces here. Okay. Okay, and then this is gonna kind of go like... What made this first one work so well? I think it was like the motion of it. Okay, sure. And then... Okay, this one here can be... Alma? That doesn't look like an A. There we go. Anna could be over here. I think I forgot Gabby's portrait is the thing. Yeah, I definitely forgot Gabby's portrait in the references. Well, I can get that soon enough. Okay. No matter what I do, these all end up looking like weird... If you spill water fast enough, it always ends up looking like a ghost. This is the law. This is what's known among artists and exorcists, is that if you spill water fast enough, it looks like a ghost. I feel like it should almost be like closer to here though. But then it gets covered by the hair a little bit. So then maybe... Okay, so this is gonna be Dana. Okay, so maybe this one here can be Joe with a G. And maybe we can do a bit of a switcheroo. Have Dorothy down here. I'm just gonna call it Dory. Alma. Okay, this can be Anna, since she'll be covered by the hair. It'll be interesting if we can have her like be like smiling like this. You know, being all weird and mysterious and shiz like usual. Okay, so we got Dana, we got Jill with a G, we got Al. Do we have Alma? Yeah, we got Alma. We got Dorothy, we got Gabby, and we got Anna. We have run out of characters. Okay, then maybe we can like move some of these up, is my thinking. What about like back here? Okay. I'm hoping that this is going to look as good as I'm picturing it in my head. It never does, but you know, that's the kind of burden of being an artist, is that you can picture the most platonically beautiful thing ever in your head and it'll never come out exactly that way. But sometimes it comes close, and that's what you live for. Okay, there we go. Okay. I still can't believe that I shortened it to Dory. that makes me laugh. Yeah, Dory from critically acclaimed film Finding Nemo. Then, okay, how about here for Gabby? Yeah, okay, I'm satisfied with that. Yeah, I think that's a good place to end things here for now. I think we've got a solid plan forward for next time. We've done a great job with the line art. I'm very happy with how it came out. Yeah, I think this is a good place to call it for a day. Let's see who all is streaming. Hang on, where's my VTube studio? There we go. Okay. I need to set it up so that whenever I switch back to my just chatting screen, it automatically puts me at my desk, because what you don't see is that every single time that I do that, I have to get into like a rush to properly be in there. All right, who all is doing stuff? Oh, Corky's doing art. Let's see. Yeah, let's write Corky. Creator dashboard. Where is this? Aha! Okay, tomorrow I'll be doing more of this drawing. We'll be picking up where we left off, and you know, hopefully getting it done. I don't imagine this will be a 3-stream drawing. Although that might be interesting. Let's see what I can really do, yeah? But I think 2 streams should be enough to finish this. And on Sunday, I'll be playing some Resident Evil 4. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. You know, 2 days until Friday, so hang in there. And I will see you all later. Bye.